Green, 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 everything's turning green. I tipped my hat, and as I pulled back, I thought at least I should buy her a drink. When I pulled out my roll, what do you think? Well, walking alone, you're so darling and kind, and would you mind walking my sweet self home? And perhaps if you care, I'd fix you some tea. That is, if you want to come in. I have some paintings if you'd care to see, she said with a devilish grin. Green, 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 everything's turning green. Green, 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 beats all I've ever seen. The devil's out making a green machine. He just turned an angel's blue eyes green. Green, 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 everything's turning green.
There you have it, folks. The top tune of the Wild and Woolly West Texas this November weekend. And speaking of November, some mighty big bucks have been spotted down in Brewster and Presidio counties. 2 more weeks of the shooting season. A word of caution, though. Watch out for those signs of buck fever. One sure sign is when you get that urge to shoot first, then take a close look at what you've been aiming at. And here's a candidate for that tall Texas top spot on your clear channel voice of the Southwest, WO.
Hello. Sure proud you stopped. Blew a tire back a ways. Damn spare was flat. Need a lift to a service station or someplace where I could maybe get a... Thanks. No telling how far I had to walk before I could maybe find help.
Jace, need you to crawl out from under there, boy.
1 more minute, boss man. 1 more minute. There, she ought to run forever.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear it. I need you to take a ride down Bend.
Sure thing. First thing in the morning.
You ought to be able to make it by about mid-afternoon. This fellow by the name of Perkins.
Tom. Friday's my day off, remember?
This rock hound, Jace, by the name of Ozzie Perkins, took a vacation trip out of Houston down into the Bend. Now, he's long overdue on a return. So I told Houston you go down there and have a look around.
Fresh start in the morning, I'd have the whole day.
Damn it, Jace, you'll have all the time it takes. Look, boy, this is election year. Now, I don't want no open cases on election day. Go ahead and get cleaned up, huh? And don't get too attached to that lip brush, boy. That's got to go.
Tom, I had a hot day tonight. Pretty good possibility.
You're something. You know that. Maybe you ought to start off down at Glenn Felt's place. A lot of tourists stop in there, coming and going. And doesn't that little Juanita still work down there?
Okay. I will get cleaned up. But if you don't want me coming back until I get it straightened out, you'd better start sending my checks care of Tarlingua, Texas, general delivery. I might grow a beard. This Ozzie Perkins won't be the first gringo that dropped out of sight down in the Big Bend country.
Yeah, but I'll be damn glad when they quit using Brewster County for their disappearing act. I'll get you a picture of this guy.
I'm coming. Howdy, Jace. What brung you down to the border? Looks like you've been pushing pretty hard.
Fill her up, Willis, and see if you can knock some of that dust off the windshield. Had much business lately?
Oh, it's picking up. Hunting season and all. Mostly trade from across the river, though, and I'd just as soon do without that. The day my late wife talked me into moving down here to this hellhole is the day I should have been put out of my misery.
Lots of folks spend good money just to come down here and look at the scenery.
Yeah, and there's lots of folks in the nut houses. I guess what comes down here is the overflow.
What about this fella? You seen him around?
That's one I do remember. His kind are few and far between.
Something special about him?
Well, every tourist or hunter that comes through here wants to pay with one of them little plastic cards. You know how long it takes me to get my money out of them credit outfits?
What about the guy in the picture?
What about him? He won by the law or something?
Name's Ozzie Perkins. Came up here rock hounding. He never got home.
Well, he got past here all right. Must have been last week. Paid cash for gas and groceries. Last cash I've seen since I took in some old wore-out Mexican money. Said he was headed up to Phelps' place. That'll be $357.
Put it on the county's bill.
Man, Connie, don't pay for twice a year.
Howdy, stranger. Just passing through?
Just stopped by to water my horse. How you been, Glenn?
No real complaints. Good to see you, Jace.
You know, this place of yours is really turning into a gold mine. Shaping up good.
Same old story. Always a smoke, but never a light. What brings you so far south?
Tom Jefferson, sheriff of Brewster County and running hard for re-election. Checking out a missing persons report. Fellow name of Perkins.
How long's he been gone?
Oh, near as I can figure, about a week. He stopped by Lajitas, bought some gas. Said he was coming up here. Willis remembers him. Said he paid cash.
He never showed up here. I could have used the cash. What do you think, Mexico?
Probably. Pockets full of greenbacks. Wouldn't be the first time a fella decided on a sudden change of scenery. Tom thinks he's under the gun this year. Told me not even to think about coming back until I got the answers to this.
Well, I guess you'll be around for a couple of days.
You got any room?
Plenty right now. The deer season starts Saturday at daylight. By Friday night, it could get pretty crowded. Juanita! The deputy will be staying a couple of days, fixing up a cabin, okay?
Sí, muy bien.
How many hands you got working for you now?
2 steady, and the house girls.
Ojados?
Yeah, they waded the river. They make good workers.
Whoa up, old buddy. I'm not the Border Patrol. I just thought you might put out the word on Perkins. Someone on the other side might know something.
Sure, but I don't think it'll get you anywhere. These people don't talk much. Quiet and tight-lipped, especially with Anglos.
You get along all right.
I'm beginning to understand them. They're good people.
Got any on ice?
You bet. I'll buy.
The hell you will.
I said it's on me.
Paco, how are you?
Oh, I got these little pains. It only bothers me a little.
Paco's always got a pain somewhere.
Maria,
Sí, señor Glenn.
2 cervezas, por favor.
Hey, that's a new face.
Well, since you hit it off so well with Juanita, I figured...
You figured you'd give it a try.
Gracias.
Well?
Well, she turned out to be Chewy's cousin. And Chewy makes a hell of a chaperone.
Pobrecito.
Buenas tardes, señor Jace. ¿Cómo está?
Muy bien, Chuy.
Señor Glenn.
Yeah.
The pickup needs a new fan belt. I got nothing to...
Somebody will be going into town. I got a new one picked up. We'll make do with the blazer till then.
Bueno. We'll make do.
curve here in the morning. You've all seen the map. Remember your landmarks and you won't have any trouble. It'll be good daylight in less than an hour, and you ought to be ready and waiting by then. Mount up.
Right behind the shoulder.
Hell, you did. Right behind the ass, maybe.
I got him.
Well, right now there's a buck down there breaking the record for the 1-minute mile. That's pretty good for a dead one.
You won't get far. Down that gully, maybe.
After you, Daniel Boone.
Hey, what the hell is that?
What's a car doing way the hell out here? Boy, whoever put it in here sure did a job of it.
Hey, there's something in there.
Nobody's been here since the two hunters found it. The car all burnt to hell like that, no registration papers, no identification on the body. But these plates make it Perkins.
You gonna be able to put a positive ID on something like that, Doc?
Have he had much dental work done, or anything more than the usual broken bones in his early life, and if the dental and medical records are locatable, might be possible.
Well, better get to it. We'll give you all the help we can.
On today?
Well, the county pays you to be coroner, Doc.
Yeah.
Glenn?
Jay, Sheriff?
How do you figure you got down in a place like this? It's a heck of a long way off any road.
Be surprised where some of these rock hounds and spelunkers will take an old jalopy like that. I guess he didn't see what was ahead until it was too late to do anything about it.
Fire. It's a hard way to go.
Yeah. Well, speaking of going, I guess we better get going, Doc. Jace, seeing as how it's election year and all, maybe you ought to hang around down here a little bit. You know, show the flag, buy a few beers, drum up a few votes.
Yeah, I guess I'd better. Or start looking for another job.
It's got to go, boy.
Well, one thing about it, an autopsy doesn't do anything for their looks. Yeah, nothing well when they're this far gone.
Is it Perkins, Doc?
It was Perkins.
Geez, you could have told me that on the telephone.
There are a couple other things. For one thing, he didn't die in the fire.
So?
And I don't think the wreck could have killed him. The injuries are somewhat unusual.
So what are you trying to tell me, Doctor?
Well, what I'm saying is there are no blisters inside the lungs, which means that he was dead before the fire got to him. He was dead probably before the fire started.
Well, he could have been killed in the wreck. I mean, that was one hell of a steep drop.
Well, I'm not saying he didn't die in the wreck. I'm saying that the unusual nature of the injuries makes it somewhat doubtful. See, there are puncture wounds in the palms of both hands, puncture wounds through the bones of the feet. And as near as my admittedly somewhat limited brand of medical science can determine, the actual cause of death was a puncture wound between the 4th and 5th ribs into the left ventricle of the heart muscle. And that's the way my report is going to read.
Oh, now, Doc, either he was killed in the wreck or he was murdered. And there's no reason on God's green earth to think the man was murdered. So that leaves the wreck. And that's the way my report's going to read.
And you asked for an autopsy, Tom. You got it.
Yeah. Yeah, and it proves that that's the body of Ozzie Perkins.
You could at least look into the possibility that... That's right, Tom. Keep the slate clean. It's an election year. Catherine?
Yes, Doc.
See if you can connect me with Dr. Culver at UT El Paso. Dr. Leslie Culver.
All right.
Should be in the anthropology department. Keep trying till you get an answer.
Maria, más lipstick, ándale, huh?
Spoken like a true native, Sam.
Oh, yeah. Oh, now that's what I call a good-looking piece of meat.
See? And it's nice and a tender.
Hey, Marie, how come mine's so small?
But, senor, yours is the biggest one.
Yeah, you know, that's what they all tell me.
Oh. You ain't gonna deer out there, you're just gonna stay in bed all the time.
Oh, hell, I don't know if I'll go deer hunting. Well, hey, Maria, I want to see you later tonight so we can get something straight between us. You little Mexican spitfire, you.
Boy, you don't waste any time, do you, Sam?
You know it.
Excuse me.
Face the corner.
What the hell's with him? Pass me the butter, will you?
So Jay gonna play some deer music.
Yeah, we're gonna get him.
Well, at least we'll have another chance to hear the voice.
Hey, Sam. Ready for another brew? I guess he's got dessert on his mind right now.
Hey, glad you can make it.
I guess Sam just isn't the kind of dessert Maria favors.
Hey, Sam, how about a cold shower? Do you good?
Yes, Sam. Maria! Hey, wait a minute. I want to talk to you.
And what would you have to say to me, senor?
Well, you sort of came on pretty strong back at the dining hall, you know.
Come on, strong. I do not understand, senor.
Senor? Well, my name's Sam Thornton, and what I mean is, well, oh, you sure do give a man ideas. Now, you wouldn't want to be guilty of false advertising, would you, huh? Here. Well, I know, honey, all you want. Why, you little bitch!
If you were on my side of the river, you would not live to see tomorrow's sunrise.
Well, the way she was showing off back at the lodge, how the hell was I supposed to know?
Maria, no one must know this. You will say nothing. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Well, I had this hunch. Came up over this little hill, and there he was. Got him on the first shot.
Fantastic.
You ever see one bigger, Paco?
Es muy grande, senor.
Ought to weigh out about 150 pounds. What do you think?
See, maybe even more. You got yours mighty fast, Jake. Hell, you were back here almost before it finished dropping everybody off.
Well, I just had this hunch. I come sneaking up over this hill with the safety off. Oh, and there he was.
That's Doc Harold's car. I wonder what he's doing out here. Howdy, Doc. What the hell are you doing out here? Gonna take up hunting?
I see enough blood. Now, I drove down to bring you a customer, so you watch your language.
Not a damn thing wrong with my language.
That's Gawk and Jaybird's Glenn Phelps, owner and operator of this godforsaken outpost. Glenn, say howdy to Dr. Leslie Culver.
Welcome to Villa de la Mina.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Phelps. Great place you've got here. Doc Harold's told me a lot about it. I don't think his description does it justice.
It's got a certain amount of charm. And the name is Glenn. Doctor, is it?
That's a Ph.D. Anthropology department up at El Paso. Needed a quiet place to do some research.
Well, it can get pretty quiet here, Doctor.
I'm Leslie, you're Glenn, okay?
Okay.
Glenn, I'm going to leave her in your hands. I got to get back to town. I got an overdue maternity case.
Oh, yeah, and I've got to start rounding up my hunters. I'll see that you got settled, and then later on, when we have more time, we can discuss this research you're doing. Doc, if you'll turn the lady's gear over to Paco and tell him to fix her up in the big house.
Paco, meet Dr. Culver.
A lady doctor? Doctora, I have this little pain.
She's not that kind of doctor, Paco. Es una profesora. However, I'll be happy to examine you.
No, it's not so bad.
Dr. Culver's down here writing a new book. She's looking for information on weird cults, crazy religions.
Do you know anything about any crazy religions, Paco?
Do I know anything about crazy religions? Let me tell you about these crazy religions. First, they tell an hombre not to eat meat on Friday, because eating meat on Friday is a sin. Then they say, go ahead, Paco, you eat meat on Friday. But when you pray to St. Christopher for a safe journey, St. Christopher is not going to be there to hear you. See, I know a little bit about these crazy religions.
Baby Sam got his buck and walked in.
Yeah, I heard a shot come that way a while ago.
Be a damn small spike for me to walk her back to the lodge.
Well, if he doesn't show it back at the lodge, we'll have to organize another kind of hunt come morning.
I didn't even get the bus to camp.
For God's sake, get me out of here! Help! Don't leave me in here!
Got word down to Lahidas you were looking for me.
We got another missing man for you.
Hunter?
Sam Thornton. Didn't show up at his pickup point last night.
How do you figure it?
Lost, maybe.
Or
maybe he fell down a mountain, broke his leg. Might have stepped in front of a stray shot. Wouldn't be the first time it's happened. We figured to fan out from here. He was supposed to stay north of the road. Spread out about 50 yards apart. You find anything, fire a shot.
if he's down and hurt, don't move him. Just signal for help.
Let's go.
Over here.
Tracks. Must be Sam's and a pretty big buck. Headed for a little water hole down the canyon.
There he is.
Yeah. Looks bad, Jace.
Holy Christ, he was hit by...
Don't even breathe, Jace. He's
cocked and ready.
I thought I bought the farm on that one.
Well, way to go. I don't think it could get any closer. Rattler's the biggest I've ever seen in this area.
I thought rattlers hibernated or something during the winter.
Usually they do, den up somewhere. But when the weather turns warm, some of these big ones will get out. You can't figure this country like anywhere else.
That's a fact. But it's been quite a while since a warm spell. Well, let's get the body back to town.
Wrap him up good and we'll take him in.
No need for that, Jake. We'll manage it.
I'm going in anyway. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but 2 dead men has just about cured me of the itch. I'm packing up.
You know, Jake was right. We just hadn't got the heart for it this year. Maybe next year. You know, I still want to get that big one.
Sure, Jerry. Some other time. Be glad to have you.
Yeah, okay.
This sure will put a hell of a dent in your business.
Yeah. Well, one good thing about it, there'll be a lot of bucks left in the hills for next season. And I'll have plenty of time to catch up on my mining.
You're a true optimist, Mr. Phelps.
Well, what do we have here? An import from civilization.
Dr. Leslie Culver, meet the Matt Dillon of West Texas, Jason Brooks.
So you're the marshal.
Oh, you know these Texans, ma'am. One lies and the other swears to it. I'm just a deputy sheriff.
No, it's still a pleasure.
It's a little late to be heading back for town. Can you put me up for the night?
With an empty lodge, you can have your pick of accommodations.
Put it on the county's bill.
No, this time it's on me.
Beer, too?
Beer, too.
Well, in that case, I'll see you later, ma'am.
Say, I'll be going down to the old Free Holy Mine in the morning. Want to come along?
You really are an optimist. Hell, Friday's my day off. Why not?
Okay.
He seems very nice.
One of the best.
Old friends?
We met a couple of years ago when I first moved down here. Seen a lot of good times.
I would have thought you were a native.
The only natives down here are the Mexicans.
That trip to the mine, am I included?
That'll be sort of rough, not really the kind of... Sure, why not? It'll be different.
Joey, ¿cómo está?
Muy bien.
What's for dinner tonight?
You staying?
Going up to the old Free Holy Mine in the morning.
Oh, Irish stew.
Give me a couple of beers.
Bueno.
I'll be staying tonight.
Your beer, senor.
getting kind of nippy.
Couldn't interest you in a couple of hands of Mexican sweat, could I?
No, not tonight. I'm going to go down, build a mesquite fire, and roll over.
Be leaving early in the morning. Glenn Phelps.
What is it, Glenn?
A jug of wine, a loaf of bread, a little cheese, and maybe some conversation. How about it?
Sounds interesting. Come on in.
Wild Rio Grande grapes. Vintage pretty recent. And mighty potent. Good wine, good food, good friends, and a warm fire.
This is beautiful. Would ever expect to find something like this out in the middle of the desert?
We try to make the guests comfortable.
Whatever made you decide to start a place like this? So far out so far out from civilization.
People, I guess.
People?
Yeah. I guess I'm what you might call a high-class hermit. As for this place, they're getting to be more and more people, and more of them are looking for some place to get away from it all.
And so you give them that place?
Mm-hmm. It's not a bad life. Gets a little lonely now and then with only the hands for company.
I met a couple of your hands today. Which one's the foreman, Maria or Juanita?
Tell me about this book you're researching.
Actually, it's a sequel. A study of strange religions and cults that managed to flourish here in the 20th century among so-called modern man.
Like, for instance?
You've heard of the penitentes? Penitentes were active over in the New Mexico mountains until very recently, 1940s. Their rites were a strange mixture of Christianity and old Indian customs.
How do you mean?
On Good Friday, a member of the Brotherhood would be selected to portray Christ.
You mean they actually crucified a man?
Annually. And I believe the sect is being revived. Here, along the border, where outsiders are few and far between.
You mean the authorities weren't able to stamp it out?
Could the Romans stamp out Christianity? Were the Christians able to break up the Mormons? And still other cults have appeared in the past few years. There's the Satanic
Let's
Church.
not bust a perfectly good evening with any more of this. I'm going to have a hard enough time getting to sleep as it is.
Thank you.
You must have been a child prodigy.
What makes you say that?
Because you're much too young for all that knowledge.
A man could sure get lost in those eyes.
I'll take that as a compliment.
No, ma'am.
That's a fact. Pure and simple.
You for the last time. You were not to be with the gringo lawman. Do as I command, or else you shall surely be cast into hell.
Well, it's cooking, but there's not much in it. I sure thought we'd found paying cinnabar this time.
Cinnabar?
Mm-hmm.
I thought you were looking for mercury.
That's mercury-bearing ore. We crush it and heat it up in that furnace and distill the liquid mercury. Kind of like distilling white lightning.
That man with the scars. Do you know how that happened?
Accident, I guess.
Maybe, but I wonder. Ask him. I want to know how he got those scars.
¿Por qué tiene usted este cicatriz?
No comprendo.
Mario, un momento. I don't think he understands you, and I know you're shaking him up. These fellows aren't used to carrying on conversations with pretty gringo women. In fact, most of them believe that a woman in a mine is bad luck. No le hace. Vayan a trabajar.
Dr. Culver, what was that all about?
I'm not sure, but it could be very important to my research. Those
Back in the
marks were...
30s, this was a booming operation. Could be again if we hit a pocket like in 1933. They took $3 million in less than 2.5 months.
Yep, those were the good old days, depression or no depression. At least that's what they tell me.
Yeah, I've heard that too. This whole district is filled with old prospects and shafts, none of which ever made much money. All that color, you'd think it would pay. So far, the best I've been able to do is break even once or twice.
Sure is big country. Hell, I can remember when there was nothing out there but apartment houses, supermarkets, and gas stations.
Jace, look out!
I don't think so.
Glenn, what the hell happened?
One of the ore carts got loose. You hurt anywhere?
All over. I feel like a Mack diesel ran over me.
Think you can make it back up the hill?
I got down here, didn't I?
You sure did. You have to bring the whole mountain down with you?
Ayuda, por favor.
¿Cómo está? You feeling okay?
I'll pull through, Paco.
Eat it.
With a little help from some internal medicine.
I know.
Juanita, where were you last night? I thought you were coming down to the house. I even thought I heard you knock.
I was busy.
Doing what?
I was washing.
I'll be going back to town in the morning.
Do you know the Tres Marias, Nina?
Yeah?
Tonight, I will be there to say goodbye.
Muy bien. See, I think you feel much better, Senor J.
Alpine Dispatch. This is Unit 3 to Alpine Dispatch. Do you read me? Looks like some kind of a fire up at the old pepper tree mine just north of Lahitas. I'm gonna go up and check it out.
You're leaving, and that's all there is to it. I'm in no mind to argue. It just isn't safe. Not for a woman. Not for anybody.
Doc, I'm very sorry for what happened to Jace, but I can't see what his accident has to do with my research. I'm close to something I just know I am.
Yeah, I think you are, too. And that's why I'm getting you out of here. Because whatever it is, it's not good.
I don't...
The doc's right, Leslie. At least about putting you on the train. It'll be a while before things get back to normal around here. I'll give you a call when things settle down. Come back and stay a while.
nearest we can tell is the brake line. Not much to go on other than that.
You ever find out what he was doing up there in the first place?
We got some kind of garbled transmission, but we're too far out for good radio reception.
Sure sorry about Jace. He was pretty close to you, wasn't he?
Yeah, almost kin. I kind of helped raise him. Oh, come on. You don't want to miss your train.
All aboard!
Like it or not, I'm glad to see her gone.
Yeah. Doc, maybe we ought to talk about them hunches of yours, huh?
Sure we're doing the right thing?
Doc's a sweet old guy, but I don't always agree with some of his ideas. Glenn, I really feel I'm close to something. I'd hate to have to start all over. People are just starting to accept me, and that's the most important thing.
Doc's gonna be pretty put on when he finds out you doubled back on it.
He'll get over it when I prove my theories.
¿Qué tal? Nothing. Going down to Lajistas.
Bueno por la noche?
Sí, esta noche.
Muy bien.
There was a little something between Jace and that little Juanita, wasn't there?
Oh, hell, Doc. You knew Jace. It didn't necessarily amount to anything. She was just something he could, you know...
Well, whatever it was, if you could find her, then you'd probably get a lead on what he was working on.
Well, that's pretty hard to do, Doc. You know, these people, as soon as they make a mistake, they head south, across the river. Hell, I don't even know where she called home. I did notify the federales, though.
Howdy, Sheriff.
Hello, Willis.
Doc, you sure been running up the road these days. No more than I see you and that professor when go by here, and her and Glenn Phelps goes the other way, and now you're back.
You sure about that?
Well, I got eyes. They was in that topless wonder of Phelps. Besides, you don't see too many like her around these parts.
Willis, did Jace come through here yesterday?
I ain't seen Jace since he got the word about that missing hunter up at Phelps. Guess he's still up the lodge.
Jace is dead. Killed when his Jeep went off the road up on Black Mesa.
Up that old pepper tree mine? You reckon he might have been seeing them lights?
What lights?
Well, I didn't want to say anything. Everybody around here thinks I'm from the loony bin. But I ain't the crazy one. My thinking
What
them
lights?
Well, just a bunch of weird lights. I seen them moving around up there and heard all that singing and chanting. But I don't speak Mex. Tell you one thing, I ain't about to go up there again. Once is enough.
Willis, is your telephone working?
Yeah, I worked last night. Fella from down Presidio. You figured on going up there? It's getting pretty late in the day.
Profesora, I thought you gone.
A very short side trip. I felt I had to come back.
Esta noche?
Yes, tonight Glenn has taken me up into the mountains. High Church Latin. This is certainly more than I'd hoped for. Where do you think they're going?
Me
That's that first step. It's a big one.
Much further than the penitentes, much further. Sacrifice. They're going to kill someone. Here. Now.
Among us to learn our secrets, to expose our brotherhood, to blaspheme our beliefs. She would have unmasked our identities and caused our holy order much persecution, suffering, and ridicule. For this, she must die. But I say, she must see. She must know and understand the power of the disciples of death. I say, let her see. Let her know that we are not afraid. And then, let her carry that knowledge to her place
in hell. I say let her see! Romans es mort. Romans es mort. Romans es mort. Romans es
mort. Anybody move? Cut him down.
Don't fire, Sheriff.
Get back, Doc.
You reckon he's dead, Sheriff?
Gotta be.
Well, one thing's for sure, Tom. I ain't volunteering to go down after that body.
Well, I reckon he ain't going nowhere. I'm getting Judge Omo out here from Alpine in the morning for the inquest. And so help me, I'm going to seal this place up so tight a rock scorpion can't climb out of here. You got a light? Yeah. Maybe dynamite put an end to all this foolishness.